So, a series of conversations where this is what we know, or this is what I think we know. So, Jane, one of the things that you've said to me in the past is that there's a sort of common thing about ghosting, certainly in recruitment terms. What do people mean by ghosting?
Well, what I mean by ghosting, when candidates that I'm dealing with go off the grid and stop talking to me for whatever reason. And I've noticed that it's much more prevalent in recent times. I mean, years ago, there was an etiquette of when you deal with people in business.
You behave in a certain way.
You behave in a certain way. There is a behavioural etiquette. These days, I think the behavioural etiquette has changed in that, and I find it very frustrating. You're dealing with people, you're helping them trying to find a role. They may have had interviews, they may be about to be having interviews. We are very thorough with our process, so it's not as if we don't engage with people fully. But if their circumstances have changed, instead of saying by phone, text, email, however you want to do it, they just ignore me.
So that's the sort of the older, politer way would have been to have dropped you a text or an email or a phone call to say my circumstances have changed, I'm no longer interested. But nowadays, people just
go off grid. They just go off grid.
And I suppose the other ghosting that happens is with regards to clients, when you've got somebody interview and they're not giving you feedback when you want it.
That's not so much ghosting, but yeah, that can happen. And that's always been the case. And I think a lot of the time is because companies, it's not criticism, it's an observation. They're obviously very single-minded about what they're doing. They're busy, blah, blah, blah. Recruitment is one of the things they're doing. And they think, right, they've interviewed somebody. Yeah, I like that person. They've thought that, but they haven't necessarily communicated that to us. So we can't always communicate that to the person to keep their interest.
Yes.
And then they fall foul because by not communicating with us quickly enough, said candidate has gone.
So, Jane, we don't want to give any trade secrets away, but what would one piece of advice be for some of your candidates?
Certainly for the sort of the younger generation that I'm going to use the term ghosting for the purposes of what we're talking about. But I think when it comes to sort of job hunting and dealing with not just recruitment companies, but dealing with applications directly with companies, they really do need to maybe change the behaviour. And if something's not suitable, it's fine to say that's not right for me. It's better to have that conversation than to just disappear off the face of the earth.
Okay. And what would be your one piece of advice for your clients?
Is that if you do have a candidate that you've interviewed and you've engaged with and you're interested and they're interested in you, please don't wait. You've got to give feedback as soon as possible.
And it's that old adage of time kills all deals.
I was just going to say that time kills deals, and it's so true. It really is true.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jen.